one, but really the list is not in any particular order, is a firm handshake. And of course now it's actually quite a difficult time to be considering that. Maybe do you shake hands with people? Culturally, for us in England, that's what we do when we greet people, unless we know them really well, and then we give them a hug. Then what do you do? So this list is based, the short list is just based on in-person meetings, and of course I'm sure you can adapt it to online things, but of course firm handshakes is something else. We just have to have a little wave, don't we? Listening obviously is really important, because we need to learn as much as we possibly can from the people who are doing the speaking, whether that's in a group or whether that's on a one-to-one basis. I often have meetings or go to meetings where people are sat there listening to the speaker, but they're not making notes. So again, I think the listening and making notes is something that's really useful. And of course, crucial to all networking, whether that's online or whether that's in person, is following up afterwards. Not to everybody necessarily that you meet, but then again, if you say to them, I'll drop you a quick email, then you need to do that. You need to ensure that what you are going to be doing, and of course have your diaries with you as well. I'm squeezing that in as a bit of an extra on the list. So have your diaries, because again, we all go off the boil a bit, don't we? So if we say we're going to give you a call or an email in a couple of days and we'll sort out a coffee, that's fine. But if you've got your diaries there, how much easier it is to actually say, let's do it now. Let's get that date in the diary. And as much as Logan and I can organise these events, and some of you also, I guess, will be organising events as well, we work hard on that. But actually the groups and the meetings are for everybody who attends. So why not invite people yourself? Help your group to stay. I can't even say the word now. Help your group to grow and be strong and supportive of each other. So you invite people as well. And often at these events, you get the opportunity to say perhaps a 1 minute or 30 seconds. In our meetings, everybody gets the opportunity to say 1 minute. Now that length of time is your maximum amount of time. You don't have to fill every space, every 60 seconds with something. If you can get your message over and what you need to focus on and your audience to focus on in a shorter period of time, of course, that is really good idea, because you're not then filling up that time. One particular event I went to, I recall, where the guy stood when it was his opportunity to speak, and he stood in silence and he didn't say a word. And everybody said, is he okay? What's wrong? Whispering there. His time was up, and just as the time was up, he said, if you want to know about me, I'll be sitting over there in that corner. Come and talk to me. And of course, everybody swamped over there to where he was. But of course, you can't do that at every meeting, can you? But that surprise element caught everybody's attention, and he then, at that point, was the focus of attention, because nobody knew anything about him, but they wanted to find out exactly what he was about. And our meetings are, as the name implies, you might have guessed, at 12:30 at lunchtime. So mostly they're seated for lunch. So it's very easy to get stuck in your comfort zone. It's very good to have Carol Pike, who I know is here, on one side, and perhaps Logan on the other side. And it's good to have those conversations, but you know you want to talk to somebody who's over on the other side of the table. And then suddenly you realise, oh gosh, it's school time. I better go and pick the children up. and your time is lost. You don't get the opportunity. So do be careful that you make that opportunity to circulate and talk to people. That is my 6th one. I was only supposed to have 5 tips. That is my 6th tip that I sneaked in there. So I hope some of those, there are some more, which I'm sure you may well be able to tell me at some point on my list, but those are the 5 that I think, in no particular order, are really useful when you're networking. But crucial is your follow-up afterwards, because otherwise, what's the point of being there? So Jackie Groundsell, 1230 Women's Company, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jackie. Let's give a applause to Jackie.